How happy are you?
I'm pretty happy. I got some good relationships going with friends and other people, and I'm good with my family, and I believe that family connections and personal connections with other people improves my well-being, physically and mentally.
I'm okay. I'm not gonna rate it because it's kind of strange to rate your emotion with numbers, but I'm genuinely a happy person most of the time.
What makes you happy?
I have current surroundings that are natural and surroundings that I'm used to, or like if I'm around nature or the environment, or if I'm around people that I love, or if I'm being physically active and I know that I'm being self-accomplished, like if I accomplish my own goals, or if I do something that has a sense of meaning, then that also makes me happy.
Do you find that looks make you happy?
Somewhat, yes. To everyone, it has to. I mean, everyone wants to look good, I should say.
What do you think is more important, having a happy life or a meaningful life?
Having a meaningful life.
A happy life. A happy life is more important to me.
What is happiness to you?
To find people who you really like to be around.
Have a sense, or like have a purpose in life, meaning to like happiness to me is when I feel like I have some self-accomplishment in my life.
Defined by Google, happiness is a mental or emotional state of well-being defined by the positive or pleasant emotions ranging from contentment to intense joy. Actually, happiness is much more complicated than that. It involves much more than pleasant emotions. It is affected by your values. There are two types of values. There's intrinsic and extrinsic. As stated by Drake Bear from the article, Why Chasing Extrinsic Goals Can Wreck Your Happiness, intrinsic goals relate to goods of the soul, while extrinsic goals relate to worldly goods such as status or fame.
Both intrinsic and extrinsic values differ from one another. Their perspectives are as unique and different as their reasons in the pursuit of happiness are among many others. Family, community, connections, mastery, acceptance, selflessness, and rewards. These are common values and attributes seen from an intrinsic individual and is often said to be the cause of an increased happiness. Extrinsic, on the other hand, unlike intrinsic values what we'd like to call our exterior. People who live a life focused on image, status, and drive for success are labeled as selfish and vain. These characteristics are quite often seen in our generation as consumerism is influence, inducing the chances of the hedonic treadmill, a cycle of wanting more pleasures for our psychological needs. This type of routine of living is said to reduce happiness.
I'm starting to realize that a happy life is more important to me because interesting thing with meaning is that you always find meaning in something that you find that makes you happy.
Finding meaning is kind of happy. Like, they kind of blend for me because to be happy you have to have that certain meaning in your life, but like without any happiness you can't find that meaning.
People are also having to choose between chasing a meaningful life and a happy life. Meaning and happiness are both highly sought after in all human beings, but can have different effects on happiness. For instance, as stated in the reading, There is More to Life Than Being Happy, people who spend their life searching for happiness normally end up less happy than the ones who seek meaning. The ones who look for happiness intentionally become angry and frustrated because they could not find it, while the people looking for meaning found happiness a lot faster because they were not intentionally searching. This leads people to believe that to find happiness, you do not need to search for any of that. You need to fulfill your other psychological needs such as meaning and your values to become truly happy. What this leads us to believe is that chasing a happy life can ironically make you less happy, while chasing a meaningful life will increase your happiness.
I think there's perks in both of them. Like for a meaningful life, like you really know what you're doing and like you really have a purpose on the earth. But I also think that like a meaningful life is also a happy life. Like I think if I were to have a meaning, like if it's a job or just making somebody smile, that's just like meaningful and it makes me happy and it makes them happy.
In the article by Emily Smith called Pursue Meaning Instead of Happiness, she states that because meaning involves investing in something bigger, the meaningful life is often characterized by stress, effort, and struggle. But when people say their lives are meaningful, it's because they feel their lives have purpose, coherence, and worth. So when we ask, what is the truth of happiness? What comes to mind? Do you value a meaningful life or a happy life? Based on how different people in our community feel, to have happiness, you have to have meaning. So when we ask, what is the truth of happiness? Happiness is meaning. Without meaning, you don't have happiness. Without these different intrinsic and extrinsic goals within ourselves, we can never really find happiness. So that's just it. What is the truth of happiness? Happiness is meaning, and meaning is happiness.